The best resource for Fey creatures, Fey-themed adventures, and the Feywild in general is in my hands. Let's talk about Monsters of Feyland 2 by Cawood Publishing. Back in May of 2022, Josh and I got to do an interview with Andrew Cawood, who is the author of Monsters of Feyland 2, The Well of Dreams. Now, this was during the Kickstarter for this project, and it was awesome because we got to meet and make a new friend, as well as meet someone that Josh actually used the first book, Monsters of Feyland, to work on our own homebrew setting, Ivlar, which there'll be more on that at a future date, trust me. During the interview, Andrew was kind enough to actually run a tiny little mini one-shot, which included a nice fun encounter for Josh and I to go through, featuring monsters from this book. And I have to say, as someone who's played Dungeons & Dragons for actually getting close to 35 years now, it's nice to encounter things that you're not familiar with. So if you are an experienced dungeon master and you want to surprise experienced players, oh, this book is for you. One reason why we enjoy the Feywild so much here at JNJtabletop is that Fey-themed creatures, the Feywild itself, and all sorts of things like that have deep roots in our mystery, our fantasies, whether you're looking at like Alice in Wonderland or Hansel and Gretel, even Little Red Riding Hood. There's so many just deep roots in our culture and our, I want to say mythos. If that's not the right word, let me know in the comment section. But there are so many things in our imagination, our childhood, our dreams that lend to Fey things. And Josh and I have always been disappointed when it comes to the resources that Wizards of the Coast has provided in terms of creating Fey-themed adventures. Now, obviously, an entire book that's dedicated to a topic is going to provide more than just something like a Dungeon Master's Guide can. However, the Dungeon Master's Guide on the Feywild starts on page 49, right here, and then we're just going to go over one page. Half of it is artwork, nice artwork, by the way, but then you have this here, and then the next page starts the Shadowfell. So you have about, at most, really, you could consider 1 page worth of information that Wizards of the Coast gives for the Feywild, and then you've got Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which isn't nothing. It's not nothing, but in my opinion, it just falls flat on its face. Now, from a certain point of view, that actually might sound kind of harsh because I'm sure it's a fine adventure. I have no particular desire to run it. If someone did offer to run it for me, I probably would be interested. But when I'm looking at buying an entire book dedicated to, say, a plane of existence like the Feywild, I want to be able to use my imagination and spark my own world with it. And that's where Monsters of Feyland 2 comes in. Yes, this is based on the Cawood homebrew world of Mir, which there's going to be links to all that stuff in the description, probably the pinned comments too. But let's go over a few of the numbers just so I can illustrate my point for you. Like we said before, the Dungeon Master's Guide dedicates about a page of content to the Feywild. Yes, the Wild Beyond the Witchlight is a Fey-themed adventure. D&D Beyond has 77 creatures that are Fey. Now, this also does include variants and legacy types, so you have duplicates there. And only 5 of those 77 creatures have a challenge rating higher than 10. Monsters of Feyland 2, which is the, of course, obviously the second book entirely dedicated to Fey adventures by Cawood, includes information on the Fey courts, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, background setting and information of a war that's brewing between the Seelie and the Unseelie Fey, a map of Feyland, thank you, as well as adventure hooks, 7 different regions of Feyland, including Everwood, the Sugarwind Mountains, the Great Tree, Whimstown, Lush Wild, the Darklands, and the Ivory Tower. They also have Fey bargaining tables, and if I counted correctly, 74 creatures that are Fey, and 115 creatures in total that are of a different type but have links and ties to the Fey in Monsters of Feyland 2. So we're looking at something here that blows the doors off of what you can do with a Fey adventure. I haven't even gotten to all the beautiful artwork that Travis Hansen put into this book. In my opinion, I think this is the most beautiful Cawood product to date. Let's take a look at some. We've got the Frog Witch, the Lunicorn, which I just love this concept so much. And then you have the Sugar Dragon, which has a breath weapon that is unique. This breath weapon, it does like euphoria gas. What the heck is that? Those are the kinds of mechanics. Those are the kinds of creatures. This is the kind of thing that you get with Monsters of Feyland 2 and the kind of thing you get with a Cawood product. If you want to support a third-party creator that just consistently knocks it out of the park and is truly like one of the good guys, sometimes like in this industry and in these times, people put on a good show and you're not sure if you're putting your money towards something that it's going to be, I'm not going to say isn't appreciated, but goes to somebody that deserves it, that puts their time, energy, effort, and soul into something. That's what you get with a Cawood product. So this is something that JNJtabletop endorses. This is something that I fully love. I love this book. I highly recommend it for you and your games. And if you're interested in more Fey information, we've got a whole playlist dedicated to that and how you can take your Fey adventures to the next step. So thank you so much for watching. Click on one of these videos. Go find Cawood Publishing on all their socials and follow them. And yeah, until next time, maybe we'll see you over the river and through the woods to maybe the subscribe button we go.